So hello everybody, my name is Mark Cook, I'm a partner at Anthony Collins Solicitors. We're going to talk today about the Help to Own scheme which Frontier Development Capital, or FDC, and the Combined Authority collaborated with each other to develop, and which we had a hand in sort of designing, making it work, and it very much accords with our social purpose because we're a social purpose law firm. If I may just start with Sue. Sue, what is innovative about the scheme and so exciting about it from your perspective?
Okay, well the scheme's innovative because it provides a pathway to home ownership through long-term rental. In the same way as the tenants pay their rent, it allows them to build a loyalty premium, and they can take that loyalty premium up to 20 years if they decide to leave the scheme, or after 20 years they can use that loyalty premium to buy a further 5-year tenancy and then effectively buy the house for £1, the freehold.
And how did Frontier Development Capital come to design and innovate with this project?
Right from day one, we had a clear vision that we wanted to create a solution which was a viable alternative solution to helping people who can't save on lower income for the deposit. House prices rising, which means the deposit is greater and that reach for your own home is getting further and further away. So that was really, I guess, the driving force, is knowing people in the community, in families, friends, who were struggling to get their own home.
And Andy, what does the scheme mean for all those prospective home buyers within the West Midlands?
So it's just one pilot scheme at the moment. It's in Wolverhampton, but it is live. It has been a huge success. So the brilliant thing is we can talk about this as something that's practical, that's happening and on the ground. And that's about 100 families or individuals or couples moving into new accommodation. So what it means is for those, as Sue said, who perhaps couldn't afford to get on the housing ladder, maybe stuck permanently in rent, it gives them a way of moving into a home that they will eventually own. So it is incredibly innovative.
And I know that key workers are an important group of people who are able to take advantage from the scheme.
What's actually happened is that when you look at who's moved into these properties in Wolverhampton, we have met the target of providing homes for local people, many of whom, as you say, Mark, are key workers. And we know that as prices have gone up in the market and salaries haven't gone up as fast, it's become increasingly difficult to actually get on the housing ladder. We call it the affordability ratio, and that has moved against people. So this is a direct answer to that.
And how does the scheme actually work?
Well, there's obviously eligibility criteria, and that's very important because we want the homes to go to people who clearly are looking to get onto the property ladder but can't save for the deposit. And one of the things we did is we created a website. We were overwhelmed with inquiries. We had something just under 4,000 for 100 tenancies inquiries. And it's very important to us that they go to the right people. City of Wolverhampton had a specific priority for key workers, obviously with the hospital just down the road. Yes. And I'm really delighted to say 37% has gone to key workers.
And all this has happened in quite a short period of time. When was it launched?
So it was a soft launch, March 21. Yeah. And then the first tenants went into the marches just for Christmas. I think it was 28. And we've got 100 going in by April. So it was a long time in the making, but we had the vision, we had the determination and the support of the Combined Authority, and yourselves, very much Anthony Collins Solicitors, helped us with the tenancy agreements and the intricacies there.
And then we were able to introduce a particular colleague of ours who really pulled together the way it would work, really, and the components of having no rent deposit, also the loyalty premium, which you mentioned, which is very, very innovative and a very key thing, but also the ability for tenants to be able to let go of the dwellings in a relatively short period of time, 3 months or so. So I know that was quite important to you as well.
It was, because unlike a mortgage, it isn't binding. If the tenant decides that they want, there's a life change, hopefully there'll be other help to own sites where they can then take the scheme forward at that other site. But they may need to leave, and they can leave with 3 months' notice. Yeah. And the geography of the West Midlands, it wasn't everybody in Wolverhampton applying, with other people from other areas. So we're now trying to encourage sites in those areas as well.
And how are you wanting to support that around the West Midlands, Andy?
Yes, I should probably just explain this. So the Wolverhampton scheme was very much a pilot. Yes. It came to the Combined Authority Board after all the work that Sue had done to design the model, and indeed the work that you were doing to design some of the structures that lay behind that, came to the board seeking funding from us to actually subsidise this. And we've got to assess that pilot, and that's where we're now at. So the paper will be going to our Housing and Land Board doing the assessment. I'm sure it'll be very, very positive. Yeah. On the back of that then, picking up exactly where you and Sue were going, we will then offer this scheme to other local authorities, other sites, because we can say it's a legitimate use of the funding that we have.
Yep. And what future plans have you got there for, Sue, in terms of rolling out this model? You know, are other places in the country taking an interest in it all?
Initial focus is clearly in the West Midlands, and particularly working with the Combined Authority and the members of the authority. So that's our priority. And then obviously we'd like to see the scheme go national. Yeah. That would be an aspiration longer term. Yeah.
So you're very pleased that we've started here making it a success?
Most definitely. We think we've got something which is unique, it's different, and I hope that the national assessment in time will be that yes, what we've done here is something that can be adapted nationally, because I do think it's better value for money than a number of the national schemes.
We've been really, really pleased to be engaged in the project. It meets our social purpose. Lives are definitely improved, communities are built, and society is enhanced as a consequence. So this has been a very good chance to talk to both of you about this project. Thank you.
Only right that I should say thank you for what you did, because this was uncharted territory, but actually you really helped get this really innovative product. So thank you to your team.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
And thank you, Sue. Thank you.